Hi, I'm Bertie Leroux, a transformational coach. I help people to live passionate and purposeful and therefore deserved life. In this video, I want to share with you another story from my personal life. I believe our stories has molded us and changed us, even though we might never at that point in time, or even thinking back today, have realized how it changed our lives. I want to share it with you so that you can look at your own life and see what has made differences to your life, which you didn't even know. Before I tell the story, I'll just relate a story about plowing in the fields as an example of thinking. Now, as a student, I always worked on farms to make pocket money to pay for my next quarter or so. And I realized that many stories of my life also came from the experience I had, because I'm a city boy, born and bred city boy. I'm not a farmer boy. But in the one instance, I helped plowing the fields. Now, the idea in plowing the fields is it's easy. You go up and down. All you did when you turn the tractor around, you just get some pointer in the future in the distance, and you drive towards that. Now, earlier with the old traditional tractors, we didn't have power steering, so you had to manhandle it when you turn that vehicle. So it was, from that perspective, easier. But when I started plowing with these power steering tractors, it made life totally different. You will believe when you look forward that you are plowing a straight line, perfect field, up and down straight lines. When you look back, you are shocked how you have actually been plowing. Because with a power steering vehicle, even the smallest of stone will change the direction of the front wheel, and you don't even notice it, because you are actually focused on that tree in the distance, and you're plowing towards that, and you believe that's the line that you're following. You look back, you say this way and that way, and that is true to life as well. We don't know what happened because we are watching forward, and you can't actually drive your car by looking in the rear view mirror. So we can't use our past all the time as a reflection and as the basis and decision that we will have to take and follow going forward. So things happen. So I want to relate the story that I have when I was here in my beautiful South Africa, where I was in the middle of an armed robbery where somebody got killed. We went to this restaurant to do quite a significant business deal. So when we sat down, the people that we were to negotiate with asked permission just to go and have a discussion on the side, and they went to the other side of the restaurant, and me and my partner sat in the restaurant. But the restaurant is laid out that you walk through it from one side to the other, so two entrances for two different streets. And as I sat there, I saw the cash collection company coming in with a security person in front with his rifle, and then the person with a box in the middle, and another armed person at the back. And the moment I saw that, things happened in my psyche, and I realized I've been here, and I started seeing things. And the next minute, I just heard a shot. And there was, which we didn't know, there were two sets of robbers, one at the back of the restaurant behind it, and the end of this, and one at the start. And they shot and unfortunately killed the security guard in front. And and I saw that the security guy in the middle had a pistol to his head by the robber. By the moment that shot went off, I think the robber got fright and he dropped, and they started shooting each other in close vicinity. But they were probably about 1 meter or 2 meters from where I was sitting. And when this happened, I just looked around me and I saw all the people in the restaurant start on the ground, and how they responded, how they're trying to disappear. It's almost like cockroaches trying to find a crack. And here I sat with my collar in my hand, and this mini wars taking place with bullets all over the show. And I am living this in slow motion. And eventually I said, okay, so everybody had gone down to the ground, I better go down as well. So I went down there, didn't spill a drop. I went there down to the ground. And in the meantime, the robbers grabbed the money and they started running. They ran away, and people start coming up. So one of the robbers were badly hurt, so he was retained there. But the story, the really reason why I want to share the story with you is, on the one hand, that I had a deja vu about this. I could see now all of a sudden the person with his that on the other side with something over his head, the robbers and whatever, and how that happens and what people are doing. But I didn't trust my instincts at that time. But fortunately for me, none of the people in the restaurant actually got shot. Strangely enough, where I sat a meter or so away from where they were shooting each other, on the other side of it, they shot the cold drink fridges, and everything there was full of bullet holes. Nothing at my end. But the party on the other side that we were to meet, fortunately for one of them, he bent down to take a document out of his briefcase, and a bullet went over his back, through the back of his chair. If he was sitting upright, it would have been slap bang in the middle of him. He probably got killed. Why am I telling the story? Telling the story because these things happen in our lives. Just like this. You're not prepared for it. So it could change the direction of your life 100%. How do you respond to it? That's a challenge. So my family also, oh no, I must go for psychotherapy tests and support, psychiatrist or whatever. Fortunately, I understand and I know. I've been in the army, and I could understand then what happened to me in the army as well. Youngster, small, late developer. If anything strange like that happens in the army, when you're in a situation of war, I go into a slow motion state. I'm totally with it. I know what's happening and I'm acting and responding when I'm in a slow motion state. So that taught me that critical situations that happen to me, I am in control. I find my control. Yeah, some people will say it's stupid, but that's me. Have you ever been tested? Do you understand how you will respond? And sometimes it worries me so much with my own family and friends and my children. What's going to happen if they get in a situation like that and over-respond and overreact? Because we don't know. We live our lives in a perfect environment. Everything is perfect, according to the rules and regulations. And we expect it to be the same tomorrow and every minute. But in a second it can change. How are you going to respond? I cannot tell you how you would respond. Every person is different. And I don't want you to go out there and go try and find a situation, an unbearable situation, to say, this is how I respond when a crisis happens. I just want you to understand and accept the fact that we need to be almost prepared for the unforeseen. In our business, in our family life, in our love lives, in our sport lives. It happened to us all the time. I've looked at statistics about suicide and things like that, where people just decide, that's it, it's too much, I'm ending this. How are we responding it? Do we understand that we should stay in control? We, I say again, we, you, or me, should stay in control. We can't expect anybody else to live our lives. People stay in situations, in relationships, that is Narcissist woman that's suffering for years. What are they doing to it? You have got to learn that you've got to take control of your life. You don't like it, change it. Something happens to you, make the best out of it. Because on the other side of the thunderstorm is a rainbow. So just do what you can. Accept that is not the norm. I had no problem. I didn't lose sleep anything about the situation. What was tough for me to accept is the person that was killed. Thankfully nobody else did. That the business deal went belly up, because the guy that saw that, when he saw the hole in his chair, he said that was it. That's a sign. No more business. Accept it. That's fine. But we got out of the other side. And there's many situations like that that's happened in my life, and that I can relate to you, that I think back and saying, I certainly had an angel that's looked after me. My life, I certainly had many angels, and I always say they've got a tough job. They had a 24/7 job in my life, and I thank them for it, because I don't know why certain things happened to me and why certain things did not happen. It happened to all of us. And I've gone through so many situations where friends of mine committed suicide. And then you think back about what's happening in the signs. Could I have foreseen it? Could I have made a difference? Could I have helped him? Because I'm available. If you want to call me at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and ask me for something, I'll be up and about and help you. It's me. They could do it the same with me. And I know I could have asked them the same question, and they would have been there for me too. But they couldn't handle this. Why couldn't they? We are tested every day in our lives, stories of our own. Therefore, I want to say to you that coaches and mentors are there to help you and guide you. Through our school lives, we all had sport coaches. And we dedicated many, many hours every day toward our sport. Now we're in business, and now we're in adulthood. Now we believe we can do it all by ourselves. Why not reach out for help? Why not reach out for help to a mentor? And I talk about a mentor as it could be 4 different people: a coach, a trainer, a devil's advocate, and a sponsor. Coach, teach you the rules of the game. The mentor that plays the role of making you fit, making you strong, prepared for the good, the bad, and the ugly. The devil's advocate, somebody you can go to test your ideas, your concept ideas, how you're struggling, life is pressing, it's just become too much. Find somebody. And then the sponsor. Tell people, not everybody, about your dreams and your wishes. They will help you to get a foot in the door. The sponsor will help you. There's people all over. You can ask anybody, your brother, your sister, your father, your teacher, even your employer. There's people that's willing to act as your mentor. That when those situations happen, where you can lose your life, and not just your life physically, but you can also lose your life emotionally, that there's people willing to help you. Thanks for watching. I hope you can relate it to your own life and start challenging yourself. Write it down. Think about it. Think it through and reach out. Do follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. See you on the other side in another video.